This is the bombest selfie lighting you will ever find. Like, just kidding. Nah. Hey guys, it's me, Nikki, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first ever story time video. I'm very excited. I'm sorry I just punched you. I did it again. I've been wanting to do a story time video for a while now, but I never had a good enough story to tell. But now I do! I'm sure you're all aware of the popular taxi service known as Uber. Yeah, it's getting pretty popular. Before this, I didn't really know a lot about Uber. And I actually, at one point, I thought that it was only in Los Angeles. I didn't realize that it was in other destinations, including my town and my city. I didn't realize that. I was unaware. You know, I did not know a lot about it. The only real knowledge I had was all those, you know, YouTube video horror stories. My Uber tried to hook up with me. Oh, my homophobic pedophile Uber, and my date with my Uber and all that kind of stuff. That's the only knowledge I had of it, which of course did not really create a very good impression of Uber for me, so yeah. I am in my dance studio showcase, and sometimes the rehearsal hours can be a little bit difficult. So, for example, sometimes they're later in the evening, or they're very long back-to-back rehearsals. So there have been times where I've had to be at dance for maybe 4 hours at a time, because the way that the rehearsals are, it's just dance, 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 dance until you die. So it's difficult, especially when it comes to pick up and drop off with my parents and stuff like that. So, so flashback to a couple weeks ago, my parents were talking to me, and they were talking about going away for a weekend in the near future, but they were like, what are we gonna do about you and dropping you off at dance? And, of course they were gonna be gone, so they couldn't do it. And my sister was busy with her play and her production, so she couldn't do it either. So they were like, how would you feel if we hired an Uber to come pick you up and drop you off from dance? And of course, me being a scaredy cat of trying new things, at first I was like, but then after I thought about it for a little bit, I was like, you know what, Nikki? You need to be mature in this situation. You need to realize that there may be a situation where you need to ride in an Uber all by yourself, okay? There are going to be situations like that. You need to mature up, you need to grow up and become mature and realize that you cannot be a scaredy cat little girl about this kind of stuff, okay? You can't freak out, okay? So get your act together. You're gonna get in that Uber and you are going to be fine. So once I had mentally and emotionally prepared for this Uber driving experience, my parents realized that it wasn't actually necessary, because the way the hours were, my sister actually could drive me just fine and it wouldn't be a problem. So the whole Uber idea was nixed, and I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. Flash forward to last night. So my two uncles are in town. I love them very much. They have a special place in my heart. They mean so much to me, and they're very important to me. You know who you are. My uncles, they know who they are. So they're over, and every time that my dad gets together with his brothers, of course, celebration ensues. That's just who they are. It's just the way that they celebrate and everything. Before I left for dance, they started to joke about getting me an Uber and you know, hiring an Uber to come and get me, because they didn't want to have to worry about enjoying themselves and then having to get on the road and drive and go and pick me up, because of safety precautions. And they kept going back and forth and saying, oh no, we're just kidding about the Uber thing, to no, we're not. Yes, we are just kidding, to no, we're not. So I was kind of confused, like, guys, am I getting an Uber or not? Because, like last time, I have to mentally prepare for this. Mentally and emotionally prepare for what I have to do, okay? Are we doing this or not? Like, oh no, we're just teasing you. But maybe we're not. But we're just teasing you. We may not be teasing you. And I was kind of like, they're teasing me? I don't know. I went to dance thinking that they were just kidding, that I wasn't actually going to get an Uber. So I'm in class, and we've gotten to the end of our class, but we had to go over a little bit. We had to go over like 5 minutes, and we're running through the dance again, just one more time, fully through the dance. And as we're doing it, my dad pokes his head in, because of course we're going overtime. And at first I totally overreacted and was like, oh my god, Dad, you're so embarrassing, what are you doing, oh my god. And also, later on, I found out that he actually stuck his head into the other class first. And I was really embarrassed, because I was like, oh my god, you interrupted them too? I mean, it's understandable because how was he supposed to know what room I was in? But still, like, you interrupted their class. And it was funny because there's another girl at the studio who's also named Nicole. And she was in that other class, but she wasn't there at that rehearsal for some reason. I don't know. So he stuck his head into the first classroom and was like, do you guys know where Nicole is, or is Nicole here? And since Nicole D, or the other Nicole, wasn't there that day, they were like, oh no, she didn't come today. And so at first he was like, what? Like thinking I ditched or something like that. Nah, I was in the other room. I walk out of class, and at first I was like, Dad, why did you do that? But then I was like, you know what, it was an honest mistake. It's okay. We start walking out, and I hear her mention something about an Uber, but then also my uncle's name, and I was like, okay, does he mean like, oh, my uncle's the Uber, we got you an Uber, and your uncle's out there too, like, he's the Uber, like, ha ha ha, joke, 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 like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what he meant at first, so I start walking out, and turns out they actually did get me an Uber. They actually ordered me an Uber, which I was not mentally prepared for. And I was like, oh my god. At first, I was kind of like, the only thing that bothered me about it was that I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't mentally and emotionally prepared. I was kind of caught off guard. This is when I met the Uber driver, and it turns out she was very nice. They picked a good driver. She was totally cool. She actually kind of reminded me of my math teacher, and I love my math teacher, so worked out well. But I could kind of tell that they had said something to her like, oh, this is her first time ever being in an Uber. She was kind of scared about the idea of an Uber. And that's why they came along too, is because they didn't want my first time in an Uber to be by myself, which I appreciated because I don't think I would have been able to handle that. But anyway, so we start driving, and she's like, hi, my name is, yes, I work for Uber, and they do a whole background check on me. They check my car, they make sure everything is safe. Like, I could tell that they probably filled her in, that I was a little bit scared. And I was like, okay. Well, I was gonna, at first, and of course, I just got out of dance class, so I was gross, and I was sweaty, and I just done that physical thing, you know, exercise. And so I was like, holding my water bottle, like, sorry. I think she quickly got the sense that I felt really awkward, especially having my dad and my uncle in the back, you know, like, oh yeah, this is Uber, oh my gosh, Uber, and I was just like, I cannot believe they actually did this. And I felt bad because I know that my uncle was the one who paid for it, so thank you for doing that. You know, I could tell that he kind of was like looking forward to trying this with me. And then I didn't want to come off as I'm totally disappointed. I cannot believe you did this. Oh my gosh, no. I didn't want to come off as that, even though I felt like I did a little bit. So when I got home, I was like, I totally appreciate you doing this, and I'm very thankful that you did this. I was just caught off guard. I wasn't aware that this was going to happen. And a normal person would probably be like, okay, let's go. No big deal. But like I said, me being a scaredy cat, I blow things way out of proportion. So that's what I did with this situation. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see me do more story time videos, please give this video a big thumbs up. And yeah. Leave something funny in the comments down below. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye! Okay, does anyone know where the word Uber came from? Like, why the word Uber? Like, what does that mean? Like, Uber duper driver person that comes and picks you up. I don't know. Okay, have a good evening, or morning, or afternoon, I don't know, wherever you live. Bye! Excuse me. Sorry, something distracted me. I can't talk. Okay. Seatbelts, okay.